Hello and welcome to Transformation Tuesday. My name is Sandra Allen Lovelace. I'm a transformation coach, and I actually began this series because I was requested to. Yes, I have a notebook where I keep track of my transformation markers, those events in my life that remind me that I am making progress. I find those things to be really important. And someone found out I was doing that and said, well, why don't you share some of those things? And actually, illustrations on the cutting edge of my growth. My story, basically, is what God has called me to anyway. So let's go. This happened a couple of days ago. I was down at the iStore in downtown Greenville. Let me give them a shout out. And they're really helpful. And I was working along on my laptop. We were fixing something. And an email came in from PayPal, I think, that they had paid a certain invoice. It was over $200. Like, $200? Wait a minute, that's a lot of money. Wait, what was that? And I saw it, and I don't want to go into those details, but I was shaken. My hands actually got cold. $200 something, that's not supposed to be that much. And so on. And I went, so I didn't know what to do. And wonderful tech guy was right next to me. And now, home alone, I would have just started processing out loud of what was going on. What was I feeling? How could this be? I don't know what to do. I didn't let all of that out, but I knew that the shock that ran through my body, well, it was connecting with a lot of other things from my past. And so it was kind of outlandish. But technology is included, and I think that ramps everything up. At least it does for me. So I give myself a pass on that. But I said, oh no, that can't be. Like, forget what we're working on here. But there's this young man standing right next to me trying to help me. And I thought, ooh, I don't want to pass it all on to him. What am I going to do? I just said, this isn't you, but I don't know what to do. And so I was clicking around and what about this and what about that? And I said, if you see anything that you can help me with, that would be really great. He didn't. He kind of smiled. At least he didn't abandon me. And when I get in those situations, communication is really important to me because I want to be able to get the anxiety out of my body. On the other hand, and I'm processing it orally, I don't want to let fly some of those crazy things that come in, like, how dare you do this to me? You think you're going to get away with that? None of the, and I just, and my brain prioritized, Sandra, you're in the iStore. This other thing really needs to happen today. You're not going to get a resolution on this in the next 30 minutes, whatever, or maybe even today. It's a Saturday. You just need to I know, but I need to do something to let them know this is not just going to happen. And so as I was clicking around, there was an option at couple of options at the bottom. Do you believe you've been charged in error? Do you think it's the wrong amount? Are you questioning? Whatever. There were 2 or 3 choices. And I thought, well, I don't want to go crazy because I want to verify and think through. And so at the bottom, I looked down there and it said, I read them to him and I said, the one that says, I just want to challenge the amount, whatever it was. I said, I don't know. What do you think? Yes, that was me. That was me. I said, yes. What do you think? Do you think this one is a good answer? And he said, Well, that sounds good. I said, I just want to let them know that it's being challenged right away. I know I can't get a resolution, so I'm still processing out loud to get the nerves out of my body, to process them with my brain, my prefrontal cortex as much as possible. The other reason is because I didn't think this at the time. I just wanted to make it through the situation and get back to the task at hand without too much display. And at one point, I did say to this young man, I said, thanks at least for thank you so much for just standing next to me, because it's really helpful. Thank you so much. I know you can't fix it. Anyway, so I clicked on that. So I knew my challenge was in there. And I talked to myself. I said, okay, Sandra, now you have done everything you can do right now. You're going to need to get a response from them before you can go further anyway. So just wait and get back to the task at hand. Take a few deep breaths. And so I did. And then I said, okay, we can get back to this point. And I did make it through there. Maybe 5 minutes later or whatever, I said, look, this has nothing to do with you, but I just need to tie up this task and then get out of here. I needed to get away from the spot where the anxiety attacked me. Whew. Now, look, I don't know if you ever have those things happen in your life, but they have been very frequent. And a lot of times in the last 50 plus years, when they came in, I would freeze. What's going on, trying to calculate in my head. And people might have been looking at me, or the alternate was in reality, I had learned that these things couldn't be processed, which is a lie. In my situation from the time I was little, they couldn't be processed. And so the pathway in my brain went right from the shock when it came in and my body went into survival, whether it was physical, emotional, psychological, financial survival, whatever. And since they couldn't be dealt with, they just had to be put into the box in that hippocampus and that other part of my brain, where everything's all backed up for years, decades, and was terrible. And I don't want that to continue. Well, look, here is the hope. First of all, just so you know, please, just let me ask you, let that story remind you that I'm not at the end. I'm not all that, really. But I'm on my journey, and I have a much greater awareness of what's going on and how to deal with it. I feel like I made it through that without embarrassing myself. Well, not too much. I handled the financial thing right away. It's still being challenged now. I did make it through my list of tasks that day and thanked both young men that were in the store. Got on my way, and within 5 or 10 minutes, I got in my car. I tried to decide, what do I want to do next? I had a couple of choices. Okay, that would be good. I spend my Saturdays that way because my weeks are so planned out. And I got on the road, and I was calm and back in balance. Now, I just really back fully in balance and at peace. And I just thought, wow, in the olden days, the really olden days, that stuff would have been shoved aside, and that's the backup that's going on right now, that God is healing all of that stuff, all the backed up emotions and all of the neural pathways are being corrected. And I was aware a little bit in the middle of it. Like, oh, Sandra, don't embarrass yourself. I did think that. Don't take it out on this guy. He probably doesn't have a clue what's going on, but he can feel it. Things like that. I can't. Yeah, I'm not going to reach perfection in this life anyway, but I just want you to know that God is there. He really heals. Jesus really heals this deep, this extensively, this magnificently. And the healing is so precious. The freedom to then carry on my life was powerful. All right, Transformation Tuesday. If you find this helpful, why don't you comment? Why don't you like? Share it with a friend. As a matter of fact, if you subscribe here on YouTube, oh yeah, I will post this too. This is going to be posted on Facebook, so you can share it there as well. And you can come to Sandra Allen Lovelace and follow my page. That would be really great. Because it's a way to let other women know, not just you. Tell a friend.